What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast with me, Cakeeater1991, and the fabulous Mrsfik93. And today we do not have a man of the hour or a female of the hour. We actually have a couple of the hour. We have the Trey and the Kimmy, part of Trey Cato. What's going on, guys? Welcome. How are you guys tonight?
Hello, hello.
We good. We're good. Chilling. Busy day, but it was really, really good.
Very
Nice.
eventful.
Yeah, very eventful.
Eventful in a good way.
Could be, depending how you spend
Yeah, depending on how you spend it.
Okay. Hey, each their own. As long as it's good fucking vibes all the way around, that's all it really matters, baby.
Exactly.
Well, this has been in the works for a while. Our schedules weren't really going on along with each other, so we finally got the time to make this happen. So it is a big honor and a big privilege to have you both up on here.
Thank you for
You got
having us
Yeah,
as well.
thank you so much for, the invite and suggesting us. It really does mean a lot. So thank
the
you.
I mean, I was a part of your guys' interview podcast when you
Yeah.
guys used to do it for a while.
That was fun. We got to play Fall Guys again.
I mean, I love me some Fall Guys.
I got back into it, so
Let's go. I mean, Fall Guys is amazing, absolutely amazing. So basically, what this is all about is I'll ask you questions, Miss Vic will ask questions, and also the community can kind of chime in as well if they have any questions whatsoever. So let's kind of get it started. So tell people on who you guys are, what you guys are about, and a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well,
Somebody.
my name is Trey.
Kibby.
Together we make Trey Caddock, so we are a streaming duo that started originally individually and eventually merged as of last April. We do a variety of different games. We focus mainly on our community, though. We've switched from many different games, from Apex, Valorant to DVD to Phasmo to so many others.
Devour.
Yeah, like we've been kind of all
All
over the
of it.
place. But
Pokemon.
the journey
Oh
has
yeah.
definitely been an amazing one, to say the very least.
Mhm.
We have some new horizons upon us over the next month, I would say, where things are
Yep.
going to get really, really interesting.
Is that a hint
So we
of
have
the newest game?
no, actually,
Mm,
we have
Oh,
officially both of us will be doing full-time content creation starting as of today, actually.
yep.
oh no shit.
Yes.
Wow.
So we will be doing full-time content creation starting today, testing it out for at least the first month to see how it goes, and then
Go from
kind of
there.
take it from there. But we've
Yeah.
now that we have so much extra time and we can dedicate, everything to it. We have a lot of really big plans that we've been pushing off for a while, so we're really, really excited.
Wow, that's a big step to go
Yeah.
to full-time content creating.
Yeah, I
What
know
made you
Kimmy has been doing full time for a while. So what kind of made you go full time?
Yeah.
It actually wasn't my decision.
Oh, okay.
Uh Things kind of just happened, and circumstances actually allow for me to at least try to do this for about a month before I have to figure something out, or if this works out the way we kind of have it planned out to, uh basically this is going to allow us to take the next step into what we want to do, especially being a unique duo channel and something kind of different on Twitch and YouTube and everything like that. We had some plans that we were never able to do just due to time restrictions and stuff like that, but with this now, we think that this will allow us to go to the next step into making this a real thing and making our dream of doing this full time a reality.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I won't be alone anymore on day streams, which actually makes me happy.
Did you mute your mic? Oh,
Day streams and making all the content. And so, are you still gonna be working full time, Trey, or
no, no, this
oh,
is full
oh,
time now.
oh,
Yep.
this is all. This is full time. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Best of luck to both of you because I know
Thank you.
Kimmy's been killing it.
It'll be it's a big jump. It's something
Hmm.
there's a lot of unknown factors that we're looking into the future. But I think the unknown might be a good thing. It's very exciting. The motivation's very high. My plan is to at least be putting into like 10 to 12 hours a day for the next month to see where it can take us. And some other big plans that we have that we're slowly rolling out, but we'll be coming at a faster pace now. So.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk really quickly about what content you are going to be putting out there. Like, are we talking Instagram, YouTube, TikTok? Like, where can we find you guys?
Can you guys hear me okay? Just want to make sure the mic's picking me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So our main focuses will definitely be TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. Instagram, we'll post, but it's not fully there anymore. I feel like
The
it's
reels are starting to pick up from what
Yeah.
I've seen. If you can get Instagram reels to get going, there's actually
benefit.
there's an income to be made there actually. A couple creators that I follow and that are very large when it comes to actually helping with other content creators have actually recently discovered that reels are a really, really solid spot for getting sponsorships and stuff like that, which is a pretty good income stream from some of the sponsors that they're getting. You know, simple 30-second reels getting paid a couple $100s per, you know, it can add up really fast if you know what you're doing. So Instagram reels is another one that I really want to jump on as well.
Yeah.
What about Facebook Reels?
Facebook reels as well has been pretty good. I've seen some people getting good good numbers, viewership and stuff like that. I haven't seen a lot of transition and translation of Facebook reels and Facebook posting to convert into either Twitch or into income really nearly as much as Instagram Reels and TikTok. TikTok being the absolute largest when it comes to growth right now. I don't think anything's really touching TikTok right now, especially with the live option and stuff like that. Because while you're streaming on Twitch, you can stream on TikTok as long as it's not technically the same content. And you know, you can do TikTok lives really with anything, and the possibilities with that is actually the income is actually quite large, especially if once you start getting into sponsorships. Like doing a 30-second video can add up to like a few $100s. You do like a few of those and you're talking about your week's salary right there when you really think about it. So we're going to be really, really focused on our offline content to drive to our online content as much as we can, while also pushing towards more sponsorship deals and stuff like that, especially with the industry kind of going right now.
Definitely. So what led you guys to thinking about doing the full time though? Are you just having so much like what word am I looking for? Success on Twitch and such that you feel like it's the right step, or is it just, you know, you really want to make it work, so you're going to make it have enough time to make it work? Did that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. It's so I know for me personally, I had gone through a lot of shitty jobs. Apologies for the language. But
You're fine. Don't worry about
I
it.
just want to make sure. I wasn't sure, like, you know. But I've gone through a lot of very shitty jobs that really ate into my mental health. And during the pandemic, streaming really did save me in that aspect, where like it was an outlet that I had to be creative. I get to express myself freely within TOS, of course, but you know, but it's just like with how much I really love streaming as a whole and just everything about content creation, it made me realize that okay, if I did want to try this full time, what would that look like? And weirdly enough, when it came to me going full time, it was a weird chance where I was in between jobs. And basically, I had quit my other job to go to the next one, but then the new one didn't call me back after a week. And then they said, oh, sorry, the position that we wanted to give you is actually unavailable now. And I'm like, wait, what?
What the hell?
Yeah.
Fail.
So I ended up going jobless. So Trey basically said, you know what? If we knuckle down on a lot of like our expenses and stuff like that, you go full time and make it work. And I'm like, okay. I mean, I'll give it a shot. And if I could prove to him that I could make it work, then in the end, it like, you know, it was worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
In that time span from basically June to now, it's, you know, we're definitely getting there. We've seen a lot of ups and downs. TwitchCon by far was the biggest up. We learned a lot and we networked a lot there. And honestly, a lot of the friendships we made there are going to be very irreplaceable. Um, Especially like meeting our idols. I don't know if you know X Starwake.
Yeah, I've heard of
They
them.
yeah, they're basically our inspiration for becoming a duo streamer. They were kind of one of, other than his and hers live. X Starwake is also Canadian based. They, as soon as we saw their TikToks, we're like, this is exactly what we want to do. We want to put our content together, and you know, like it's our community, so we don't want them to fight over whose stream they're going to and things like that. So that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
where it all came together. And then just yeah, so I've been definitely doing my absolute best to have like grow our channels, getting those YouTube videos out, growing the TikTok, because I know where TikTok's at, and it's getting there. It's getting to a point now where it's like we're riding the wave, and as long as we keep riding the wave, I think all the good things are starting to come together. So yeah. And then there's you.
And then there's Trey.
Well, he just you know, it's officially today we're both full time now, so
Right. Yeah, so are you guys excited about going to TwitchCon Vegas this year,
oh my god,
or?
are we ever?
Mhm.
It's gonna be a time.
Yeah,
I think
Jealous.
absolutely.
TwitchCon
So
Vegas is
jealous.
gonna be insane.
Absolutely. I'm going, so it's gonna be a great time.
Ugh, I'm so jealous of all of you. Ugh.
I
I will
mean,
say that TwitchCon, if anyone could ever just pick a year to go or and try to save for it, 100% do it. Because like there are so many things that you can do at TwitchCon that will benefit you if you love content creation. So
It's a
Really?
gold mine when it comes to
it
information.
is.
Like when we were there, a lot of people think, "Oh, it's just to go party stuff like that." It wasn't. We got to talk to Twitch employees. We got to talk to brands. We got to talk to other content creators who have made it work, doing similar things and how they actually did it. We even talked to some people and we asked, you know, what exactly did you do to make it work? And it's crazy to think that they were doing the same things that we are with small minor adjustments that we never would have thought about because they're so minor or something that we didn't even recognize that actually will make the difference. Like doing so, like the smallest of things could mean like the difference in retention of like multiple viewers versus one and this, that, and whatever. So we learned a lot of things and we retained a lot of it and we brought that back. And as soon as we came back and changed these like little tweaks here and there, did this, did that, we noticed a massive jump in our content and our numbers and everything like that. Um, I won't go too much crazy into analytics or anything, but within about a 2.5, 3 month span, our numbers had basically jumped about 15 average after TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a great way to help some of the creators that might be in the chat or that might be listening to this later on. What are, if you could pick three, we'll just do three. Three things that you learned at the TwitchCon that you went to that helped your stream. What would those be?
Three each or like three in
No,
total?
three in
Do you
total.
think?
I'm not gonna
Three in
make
total?
come up with six.
Pick one.
Uh, three is tough just to narrow it down. Like there's so much knowledge that we actually learned.
Yeah.
Um,
Network your butt off.
well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
well,
think
that's a
yeah,
given, though.
network is definitely a given.
Yeah.
Like that's what you go there for to begin with. But
yeah.
if we're talking straight tips when it comes to your actual content and making it better so people want to come and watch you,
Mhm.
um I think one of the biggest ones for me that I learned when I was there, and I talked to I'd say a handful of people that all kind of said the same thing, is focus your content and actually surround your content with what your audience is looking for. So don't just kind of stream a game or this, that, or whatever. Really look at what your audience enjoys and do the work to figure out what they want to see. Because just putting in like, you know, 15, 20 minutes after a stream into analytics, seeing what worked, what didn't, seeing what the differences was. Like, okay, in this 15-minute segment, the chat was really down, but when I did this during this part of the segment, chat almost doubled. Just looking at small things like that, like just little critiques, make a massive, massive difference. And Twitch allows that now with their new analytics system, where you can actually break down your segments, look at your VOD, break it down by like 15-minute increments and be like, okay, this part was really low, this part was really high. What was the difference? Oh, I did this here. Maybe I should do that more. And man, those little things did wonders for retainability and just allowing you to have somebody come in and just not just be like, hey, how's it going? Good, you good? Okay, that's it. No, like the difference in some of those, like noticing those little things can mean the difference of like your conversation lasting all of like 3 sentences versus that whole conversation going for the next hour, and you've made a real connection that will come back now because they have interest in you and also your values. So I think that's probably one of the biggest ones.
Definitely.
That's a really good one.
I don't watch my VODs. I probably need to do that. But anyway, okay, what's number 2?
I would definitely say for me, the biggest takeaway, especially someone who definitely started off as an introvert, it's hard to really put yourself out there without feeling like I'm going to be completely judged. Like, the idea is that you want to be different. Why should people come to you versus the next person? Right? Like, oh, you're all doing the same thing anyway, so why are you any different? Prove to people that you are the difference in that whatever the content is you're doing, right? Like, for instance, I think what really helped too was the fact that when we went to TwitchCon, sure, we had stickers with our logo on it, which is cute. Everyone loves stickers. But we also made these bracelets, which in the rave culture, it's called candy, for those who don't know. And Trey and I basically ran around, we just ran up to people and we were like, hey, do you want to trade candy? If you like, and you know, if they didn't know what candy was, like trading candy, we would explain it. And we took a video of every person we traded candy with, made it into a TikTok, and then posted it and tagged everybody on it. So that really put forward, like, this is why we're different, right? Like, we're here, notice us, and hey, we'll give you bracelets and stuff. Like, it's fun because the interactions you make. It was like, there was another girl who was off trading candy, but it wasn't really, they didn't have anything on it. It was just kind of like bracelets that they made. On our bracelets, we actually put like Trey Cat XO on it so people would remember us. I actually went up to her and she's like, wait, you rave too? And blah, blah, blah. Like, we just made this entire connection of like, oh my God, you're a raver. And yeah, so it was really neat to see a lot of the interactions. And oddly enough, a lot of the people that I did trade candy with, they said, you were the first person to trade with me. I'm like, really? You've gone to raves and you've never traded candy before? They're like, no, never done it. I'm like,
wow.
I could be the first.
So, and you did it at a video game streaming conference.
Yeah, exactly, right? So,
you never know.
That's
something to be memorable by.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys have a number 3?
Yeah. So, and I think this is really good for anyone that's looking to truly grow as a content creator. Truly understand your own analytics from. Now, this is probably to add on a little bit to number 1, but this is something that, you know, I've actually watched a lot of big content creators talk about this, and it's not talked about enough. A lot of people, when it comes to content, they say, don't look at your stats, don't look at your viewerships, don't look at this, whatever. But the truth is, if you're serious about it, you need to understand them and understand what they're giving you, because that gives you a lot of information. A lot of people don't understand, like, certain games, like oversaturated games are tough to grow on because, well, they're oversaturated. Even though they have a lot of viewership, the ratio from viewer to total followers and stuff like that is massively different. Like, you could be playing a game such as, like, you know, Warzone or something like that, that's like a 1 in like 1,000, right? But if you play a game that is like, you know, maybe you have like 15 viewers, but it's like a 1 in like 10, 1 in 15, odds are you're actually going to be pretty high up on the discovery list, allowing you to have that more discoverability on Twitch, which, as we all know, Twitch doesn't really have much of. But understanding how to use that to your advantage is huge. Yes, you can play your main game and stuff like that, and it's completely fine. But also understanding, like, if you're going to run with a single game, you're going to have a lot better chance if you're running a game that has more discoverability than something overly saturated. And that is probably one of the coolest things to actually look at when you look at your analytics, because now, which is something recent Twitch added as well, you can actually look at which games has the best odds for you to be discovered now.
Yeah, because
And
they show
when
the
they added
number
that-
of people, right?
Yeah. And it'll even tell you, oh, if you stream this, you're going to be around this spot on the recommended. So like some of the like games that not a lot of people stream, you like, if say someone had 30 viewers, for instance, right? They could end up being like number 4 on the recommended. So as soon as you open the thing, oh, well, there's always a 6 in a row. You're number 4. Odds are you're going to get a lot more clicks. Whereas if you're playing a really, really saturated game, unless you have like thousands of people, you're not even contending with like probably the first whole page, right? And that is something that people need to start utilizing more. And I'm not saying don't play something you don't want to enjoy or you don't enjoy. But what I'm saying is if you can find something within that, that is huge. And if you could stick to one game, because then you're building something around that as well, that's going to help you boost numbers as well, which is really, really big if you want to grow.
Definitely.
Wow, that's some deep shit.
I got all these ideas floating around my head. You guys are gonna make me want to quit my job too.
Yeah, I don't think your husband would like that.
He'll get over it.
He'll get over it.
He makes more
'Cause
money
fuck
than me
it.
anyways. It's fine.
All right, let's kind of get off of the streaming subject real quick. So besides obviously gaming, networking, and kind of getting out and socializing, what kind of other hobbies do you guys have?
We've recently gotten really, really big into fitness again.
Yeah.
I used to be massive into fitness. I used to be like 6 days a week in the gym, serious about what I'm eating and stuff like that. So we've kind of gotten back into that. We're not quite where I was before, but we are getting pretty serious. We've built we have like a workout program we follow. We have a diet plan. We have kind of everything going. So that's one of the main things that we're doing. Since we're actually both going to be full time now, we definitely have a lot more time on our hands. So, I mean, there's a couple things that I've always wanted to do, and I'm going to try to do this month. I mean, it would have been nicer if it was summer hours because, winter. Yeah. Like right now we're in a snowstorm. But like, I'd like to start doing like beach volleyball again and stuff like that and really get back into that kind of stuff. And then
Don't forget about Pogo.
that's still gaming.
No, Pokemon Go is. I don't really consider that gaming.
No?
Fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
that gets
I mean,
you out and
forces us-
about.
Yeah, exactly. It
Yeah.
forces us to go for walks and stuff. Which
Go
is
for
really
like
funny.
25K a day.
Yeah.
That's
25K. Make sure you have those
that's what I'm gonna be
incubators
doing this
going.
summer. I'm gonna be running around all the time with it. I think I'm gonna try to get out like 5-10K a day.
Yeah, it's not hard if you have like Pokemon Go to go for. Hey, I'm hatching a 10K egg right now. I'm not gonna go home until this bitch hatches.
Yeah, exactly, right? So
I don't play the game.
I'm definitely using it to my advantage.
Yeah, I was really big into it when it first came out, and just kind of stopped pretty recently. But Pokemon Go is amazing.
It is. It really is.
Yeah,
I've been
it really
addicted
is.
again. So.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your Facebook earlier, and I was like, oh, I didn't know he was playing Pokemon Go again.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Well, that's awesome.
Well, now we got Kimmy.
Oh, I was just gonna say that like pre-pandemic and pre-streaming and everything like that, I used to be a martial artist. So when the pandemic hit and I didn't have any form of fitness, it kind of like shocked my body a little bit. And then I retreated into Animal Crossing when it came out. So it's like, what do I do? I actually, and unfortunately, I'm not in good relationship with my old martial arts school anymore. Um, so I'm trying to figure out. I mean, I'll always love video games. Video games will always be my go-to hobby. Especially now that's my job. So I I don't know. I've been having fun building PCs. Just saying.
Well,
Ooh.
no
Yeah, that's a
kidding.
dangerous hobby.
It's a very dangerous hobby.
That's a dangerous, expensive hobby.
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I'm saying.
The other one too is keyboards. I am in love with
Oh,
keyboards.
yeah, all the clickety clacks. Yeah.
All the
Everything,
clickety-clack
all of
keyboards.
my hobbies kind of just revolve around
Content creating.
technology. Yeah.
Or some kind of video game-ness.
Yeah, some kind of video game.
I'm kind of the same way lately. I've been building up my setup, and now I ran out of stuff to buy for it, and I'm thinking about upgrading stuff now. My husband's like, "Stop!
Get a
Stop,
comfy
please.
chair.
It's expensive.
I
Comfy
just got
chairs
a new
are-
chair. I got a new
All
chair
right, well-
last week.
What kind of
Oh,
chair
I
did you
didn't-
get?
The kind that's on Amazon for $50.
Yeah, so that was my old chair too. That was my old chair. And then it broke.
Yeah, you don't need anything fancy like a fancy mic or a fancy camera or fancy chair.
Yo, we ballin' on a budget, okay? I do
Whoa,
not spend a lot
whoa.
of money on it. I do
Facts,
not spend a
though.
lot of money.
Try not to.
Try not. Yeah, well,
Try not to.
some areas you can't help it, but in some,
Exactly.
yeah, there's a budget item in nearly every category. So,
That is fair. That is 100%
Yeah, that's very fair.
yep.
Yeah, but
Amazon is
sometimes
my
you just
best
gotta
friend.
splurge on yourself, though. You gotta spoil yourself every once in a while.
I agree. 100%
Like-
agree. That's why you gotta.
Like going to Vegas
Yeah. Go to Vegas.
and try not to gamble and other bad things.
See, the funny thing is, I don't even feel like gambling. I just want to go explore Vegas.
Vegas is really fun. It is. I used to live there when I was 17, and it's a lot of fun. The strip, you can literally go and do so many things on the strip completely for free that you would have no idea about. Just talk to, I know they're always trying to sell you stuff, but there's like these people that are standing on the sides of the casinos that are holding out flyers, that are giving out flyers and stuff, and people avoid them. You want to talk to those people, ask them what free shows are happening. They know everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, good to know.
people avoid them like the plague, and I'm like, no, these are the people you need to talk to. These are the ones that know where the $1 buffets are that are really good. They're the ones that know where the magic shows are, or the rain show and the
buffet.
Aladdin.
Oh,
You know, like
Hit me up.
definitely.
I'm sorry, I don't think I would trust a $1 buffet though.
Oh, they have them. They have them in Vegas, and they're actually
Wow.
pretty good. And depending on which casino you go to, okay, it just depends. You want to go to
Okay.
the ones that are reputable, not to the ones that are, look like you probably shouldn't be eating for $1 there.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so expect a lot of phone calls and a lot of video chatting from me when I go there in October.
Hey,
They're
no
like,
worries.
hey, do I go here? Is this a good place?
I've still got friends up there. I mean, I can see what's going on and give you guys some tips.
All right, well, we will have to talk after the stream then, for sure.
But anyway, okay. Well, back to I like advice. I like to help out the streamers that are struggling and the streamers that feel like really discouraged and that watch these kind of looking for tips. So, if you guys are talking to new streamers, what is the number one tip that you would tell them that helped you guys maybe get over some discouragement if you ever had that?
Oh, crazy. Sorry. It's kind of like a back and forth between us two, where if someone's in a slump, the other one has to be like, okay, but you gotta keep going.
Mhm.
Mainly me,
That's
but
good.
you know. Mm.
It's good you guys have each other for that. That's awesome.
Honestly, yeah, he's my saving grace. I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have him, because he kind of helped me get my PC back into streaming. So I don't know if I'd still be streaming, to be honest, without him. So
Oh.
I would say if you're in a slump, right, it's one of those things where always check in with yourself. Mental health first always
Mhm.
comes first. Are you burnt out? Do you feel like you are not giving your best in stream? If that is the case, maybe you need to just kind of take a breather and reevaluate your situation. I'm not saying like completely drop off the face of the earth and say, well, I'm not streaming ever again. Don't do that. That doesn't help solve your situation. Um, it's just, talk it out with people you trust, like your good friends, whoever it is that you trust wholeheartedly. Talk to them, get feedback from them, because sometimes you need an outside perspective as well, because we are our own worst critics and we like to beat ourselves up. So definitely just talk it out, get it from different points of views, but don't beat yourself up too much about it, because at the end of the day, right, like right now Twitch is doing some funky things where everyone's viewership has dipped and everyone's starting to think,
I
well,
thought
am
so.
I doing something wrong? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It tells you half of the numbers that are actually there, which, or more than half in some cases.
I mean, we rated today with almost half of what we had in the stream,
yeah,
which was kind
didn't
of
make
crazy.
any sense. But
So, and it's been consistently doing that, I'd say, almost every other stream.
yeah,
See, I thought something was going on with that. I've been noticing that on my
Something's
own
definitely up.
streams.
Yeah.
it's funny because we've actually had lots of people come forward now, and shown us their proof. People have run scripts where they take out all of the view bots, all of, like, the non-existent accounts, and the actual amount of viewers you have is a lot higher than what Twitch is showing. So that's the thing. People just can't. I understand, and like in our case too, we have to look at the views more just so that way we can gauge to see, okay, what is it, where's the lull in our stream, where can we pick up our energy, that kind of stuff. Like, that's what we do the views for more than anything. The moment we see it dip, we're like, okay, we got to change something in what we're doing in this moment. What can we do to bring it back up, right?
Yeah.
But I also understand, for a lot of people, watching the views can also hurt their mental health, which totally understandable. But I don't feel like people should take that on, considering what is going on. It's really no one's fault. It's just Twitch is being Twitch. Yeah.
Twitch is being twitchy.
Yeah, Twitch is being twitchy. So anything to add?
Yeah, I've been noticing that. It's been really annoying because I'm like, bro, I'm not doing anything different. Like, and the same people are still in my chats and everything, but my viewer count has been, because I tell people not to look all day long, and I'm sitting here staring at it. But yeah, I've definitely noticed it.
We've had days where we've actually, what we did is we rated. We noticed like almost half the viewers that we had were gone. So we actually went in the Discord after, hey, did anyone not get taken with the raid? And we would literally have almost 10 people say, yeah, I didn't get taken with the raid. I'd be like,
well, that explains.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
And that has been consistently happening now, almost like, I would say at least twice a week. It happens to us, and it's kind of it's kind of interesting. We do know that Twitch is working on things. They are working on things in the background because they are starting to do some new things that we don't know what they're doing yet, but you can definitely see they're like, I'm not sure if you've seen the recent raid bug where when someone raids you, it doesn't even says it's their name. It says some random message with like NAN $, whatever.
No, I haven't seen
if you
that.
actually Google
I
it,
have
you'll
not
find
seen
it.
that.
Yeah, if you Google it, you'll actually find it because a lot of people have been posting about it. This is another issue that's going on, and people don't understand what's going on with it. So Twitch is definitely doing something. We don't know what. We're hoping that there are rumors of them starting to add in some discoverabilities coming back, because I think that's huge. And actually, I wanted to actually answer one of your viewers' questions, because I think this is actually a really serious matter that a lot of people don't understand. They're asking basically that they've been promoting for the last few weeks, but they've gotten nowhere. So I want to ask you this, Hodge. What is it that you're doing to promote your stream exactly? Because there is different types of networking and promotions. As someone that worked in the music industry running events for years, I worked as an architectural designer, project coordinator, project manager, stuff like that. I've run my own business. When it comes to and I call it So networking is just
Marketing.
one aspect of it. Marketing is the whole thing. Network and marketing is a whole thing. It has so many multiple aspects. The biggest thing that people don't understand with marketing themselves is that you can't just throw it in somebody's face expecting them to bite, right? It's not, think of it like, you can almost think of it like a fish for some people. You could throw bait in front of the fish all you want to, but if you're not giving them what they want, it's never going to bite. It's a very similar aspect to marketing. At the end of the day, you can throw yourself in front of all these people, millions and millions of people. But if you're not going to give them and provide them something of value that they are looking for or they're interested in, they're just going to keep on walking by, right? So what you want to do is you want to make, the first thing is first. So you're talking about popping into streams and making friends. So when you pop into a stream, I don't want you to pop in one time. I want you to pop in multiple days, and I want you to have general conversations, stay for a little bit, really get to know them, try to, ask questions about them and stuff like that. Make a general connection. Don't try to just network, make a friend. Now, the other aspect about posting on TikTok, Facebook, etc., when you're posting something, post with a purpose. Don't post just to post. Yes, people say get as many posts out there as you can. Yes, that is true to an aspect of marketing because you get into what they call the algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you're not again, you can be in an algorithm that people are just scrolling by, right? And you don't want that. You want something that's going to be eye-catching. Like on TikTok, there's certain rules. Within the first 3 seconds, you got to get somebody's attention. How you do that? You have different zooms. You have an exploding voice or emotion. You do something that's either eye-catching, ear-catching, whatever, and that's like your hook, right? So once you get that, you need to have some kind of purpose in the next part of your video, because I think it's 15 seconds. It's probably less actually, or maybe it's 7 seconds or whatever it is. People will lose interest if you don't keep them on the topic. So you have to have some kind of change that'll keep them interested in on the next part or whatever, right? So when you're posting your stuff and you're looking to make those connections through social media, what you want to do is you want to provide something with value that they're going to be like, huh, what's this? Or, oh, that's cool. Or, oh, I like that. I can relate to that. That's one of the biggest things about today's generations is if you can find something that you can relate to multiple people, that's going to start conversation. That's going to get attention in its own, and you can build off of that. So when you're looking to post and you're looking to make a connection and you're looking to, as a whole, market and value, like create value for yourself, really look into what you're posting and try to improve it by bringing some kind of value into it that you think others will want as well. And that will make a big difference in you just kind of putting it out there versus you actually putting it out there, people seeing it going, huh, what's this?
Wow. I feel like I should be taking notes right now. Like, you guys have such good information. Like, no joke. This has been really eye-opening for me, cuz I've been dealing with that slump, like,
Yeah.
and Twitch having its issues has been a contributing factor.
For
But I know a lot of others, because we do, I don't know if you guys know, we do the networking streams 4 times weekly now. Used to be a little less, but we deal with content creators every single day that are getting discouraged, that are looking for this type of information, like, and I'm so glad you guys came on so that we could get this out there, because we're
so glad to be here.
yeah, we're
We
gonna
want
get
to
this
help
out on
as much as we
Spotify.
can.
Yeah, like, and honestly, a lot of this has to do with his past experience, my past experience. Because I do this full time, I've actually experimented a little bit with the TikTok algorithm myself. So I know that last summer, they say post 2 to 3 times a day. That's usually your goal if you really want to get the momentum to get your TikTok growing, right? And again, it's like Trey said, it's post with a purpose. Don't just do something because, oh, it's a trend or this, that, and the next thing, right? Show people why you are different. Again, it's kind of like what I learned at TwitchCon. Show them why you are different from the next person. So if there's one thing I've learned with TikTok and just kind of experimenting with the algorithm, posting videos, whatever, I find that as of late, one post in the morning and two in like the late afternoon, early evening, those are your prime times. Sometimes people say late at night, but again, we
It
all have to do,
depends on what kind of
it
content.
depends
Like
on what kind of content you're doing.
now, in all honesty, if you're looking at later night content, realistically, what you're looking for is, realistically, it's going to be more of an 18 plus audience that you're looking for.
Exactly.
So a lot of content creators for other things will look at posting a little bit later and stuff like that. You really, again, this is where you have to do your research.
Yeah.
You have to understand what you're posting and what you're trying, like who your audience is.
Exactly.
If you know your audience and you know what to put in front of them, they're going to start coming. It's just going to be a matter of time. But like I said, if you're just kind of tossing it out there hoping for something to bite, it's not really, unless you're doing something completely new to a bunch of people, it's not really going to work. You have to have some kind of purpose with it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand, unfortunately, is because it's also that thing of like, how do I, like, a lot of people, honestly, like we've had many times where we've been stumped where it's like, what do we even throw in front of these people? What is going to get them interested? We still have that issue.
So actually, I learned as of late, the last maybe few weeks now, because I'm trying to post at least 2, if not 3. But the goal is 2 a day. So what we've been experimenting with is one of those clips, or one of the TikToks is a clip from one of our streams, or if it's a recording we did offline or something. Post a funny moment, whatever, something again that is relatable. Like for instance, as of late, we've been doing a lot of DBD clips because you know everyone's kind of going off on killers being sweaty, or there's funny glitches, or whatever the case is, right? There's gonna be funny glitches in a lot of games, so just find those glitches and make it hilarious, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And then the second one is either some form of trend, but making it your own thing. So talking about your niche more than anything. So it's still trendy, but you're turning it into something to pull people into your page.
Yeah.
Or a more informational TikTok. And by informational, I mean like, you know,
this is where you provide value to for someone to get, and they'll be like, oh, okay.
That makes sense. Or, hey, here's a fun little stream thing that I learned, like pixel chat. Here's a shout out clip, you know, that kind of stuff. A lot of newer streamers are looking for those kind of things, like you said, and we're trying to help each other out. So instead of gatekeeping, here you go, throw it on TikTok.
Like at the end of the day, we want to help everyone, especially now that we're both going to be full time. Like we say this all the time: if you need help, you're more than welcome to come to us. Like we can't sit there obviously with you and give you everything, because you know that whole saying of give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Give a man teach a man to fish, feed him for life. Right? We'll teach you what we've learned. We'll give you that information, but we aren't able to do it for you per se, right? You have to take that information and use it to your own benefit. And we have no, like, if people come by and ask us questions, or they want to DM us or whatever the case may be, we're always open to it, and we have no issues with it. But I think one of the things that I feel like a lot of people really need to wrap their head around is that when it comes to putting out content, people also try to get a little bit too serious with it.
Lose themselves.
And well, it's not even that they lose themselves per se. It's that they get so serious they block themselves from having fun with it.
Yeah.
And to be honest, a lot of the times, if you can even just make somebody laugh at the beginning of your video and then get into it, you got a pretty good shot, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's also just having fun and letting loose, and maybe just creating the content and then looking back at it after, right? Like, you don't have to make something on the spot and post it. You can make something, come back to it, maybe edit it, maybe redo it, maybe have a better idea using the same original concept. Just put that little extra bit in, but have fun with it. Because at the end of the day, especially with content creation, you gotta be having fun. You can't take it so seriously. Yeah. And to Hodge, like, to help you out, like, you may be putting stuff out there, but maybe look at what you're putting out there. Really look about, like, oh, I want you to look at it from an outside perspective, or give it to some close friends and be like, what would you critique about this? What would you say about this? What could I do better? Am I funny? Am I not? Am I monotone? If I'm monotone, how do I change if I'm monotone? If like, remember what I said at the beginning of the podcast. These little critiques that people don't even recognize on what they're doing wrong is what makes the difference. You could be doing the same thing as one person to the other, but the difference being like that little bit of energy, or one person having a little bit more effects in the video where, like, you know, it zooms in real quick, you make a little funny joke, you come back out, whereas you kind of did the same thing, but then you're just straight talking. There's no difference in movement. It just feels flat, right? These little tweaks, these little things that, like, you can click a couple buttons on your phone to make a small effect happen on, like, CapCut, for instance.
It's your best.
That will make the difference between, say, a 30 view video versus a 3,000 view video and more, right? Like, it's funny, when I had my own individual TikTok, which I got rid of a long time ago, which I shouldn't have. But anyways, we posted a video actually of a trend, which was a shuffle. It's a EDM dance trend. And we kind of just did a little spin on it where I taught her basically how to do shuffle dancing during the video. And then we did like the final thing at the end. And it wasn't like I had anything big on TikTok. I had maybe like 500, 600 followers. The video ended up having over 12,000 views within like
Wow.
2 hours. All because of it had different motions. We did like, at the very end, we did a little funny, what is it called? What is this thing called? Yeah, well, no, it was from something before.
Like the Fortnite.
But it's one of the dances. Yes, technically in Fortnite, but it was from something else before. It was from a song. And, you know, we put a little spin on it. Like, I'm not kidding you, within 2 hours it had 12,000 views. All because we put a spin on it, put energy into it, and yeah, just a little bit of critiquing. And like, a lot of that stuff makes different. Like, look at a lot of transitional videos, right? You take something that you could easily just like, oh, move the camera here, and then boom, you have a transition video because you go from one side to the other and you change what you're wearing, what you look, whatever. But then you put like little just critique a little bit, you know, have like one move up, one move down, just like different motions, different facials, you know, give an expression that people go, oh, hi, you know, how you doing? Like, that little difference versus just like a flat face, boom, all of a sudden, again, you exponentially grew that post because you put like literally the tiniest little critique on it, right? And that's probably one of the biggest things right now.
Definitely. Yeah, and that's really helpful because I've been trying on TikTok and it's not working.
Yeah.
Just trying to sell yourself and sell your name. And there are a lot of people that, like, today's society, we had TikTok, we had Vine and YouTube Shorts. So
Facebook
our
Shorts.
attention span, Facebook Shorts and everything else like that, our attention spans are so short. It takes about 5 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And people are like, okay, I don't want to watch this, or I do want to watch this.
Yeah, exactly.
They say the optimal time, believe it or not, is actually 7 seconds. Like, that's your optimal video.
Yeah.
You want, like, the best video time is 7 seconds. That's kind of crazy when you think about trying to put, like, say all this information into 7 seconds.
Yeah,
right? That's
crazy.
crazy.
Not. That's a lot. That's not a lot of time. Not a lot of time at all.
It's really not.
And Hodge, no worries. If you ever have questions, buddy, you're more than welcome to ask. I'm in Mrsfik and Cake's Discord. You know, we're always there. If you want to shoot us a message, you're more than welcome to.
Trey's more knowledgeable than I am. I'm here for the vibes.
And for those watching, one thing that I want to give to you guys too is, I was talking about emotion. A lot of people, they do their videos like this. Hey, how's it going? My name's Trey. I'm a Twitch streamer. You should check me out at TreyCatXO .tt or whatever. And that's it. But like, go from that and go like, yo, what's up, guys? My name is Trey, and I'm from TreyCatXO. You should come check me out over at Twitch. And hey, if I see you there, you know, we can have a good time. like just like these
Big
ridiculous
difference.
motions, like
Yeah.
facial expressions, everything
Yeah.
literally makes a massive difference.
It's just a way of selling yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Emotion adds so much. Like making a video on stream or
Yeah.
anything in between. Like for instance, like you send out a raid.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter on if it's 1, 10, 20, 50. It doesn't really fucking matter. But you give someone, let's just say 20 viewers, and their expressions are, oh, hey, Cake Eater, thanks so much for that raid.
Yeah.
That's an instant
And we've
click off
had a
for
lot
me.
of those.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we
personally,
do too.
I've had a lot of those as well. But you
Yep.
send off a different person with that same 20 people and be like, holy shit, Cake Eater 1991, thank you so much for that raid. I do appreciate that. Like, that's going to make me want to stay.
Exactly.
Stay and hang out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if anything, Mrsfik, just don't give up on the TikTok. I know, trust me, trying to grow a TikTok from the ground up is not easy.
It's not. It's
Nope.
Just like try doing what I did, where you just experiment. Try the clip and something that's either trendy to your niche or something that you want to give back to your community. An informational video of some sorts, right?
Yeah.
And again, it's very much of the gotta be quick with it, otherwise people are just gonna be like,
Yep.
And
Swipe
so
up.
100%.
one thing to give to the smaller streamers that don't say if you're averaging single digits, every time a new viewer comes in, you need your goal is to retain that person, right, as best you can, because like you said, you don't have a lot of people in there. One of the biggest things, and to add on to the expression thing, when they come in, give that expression even on stream.
Yeah.
They'll be like, hey, what's up? Be like, yo, what's up? Like, tell me everything about you. What is there to know? What games do you play? What are your hobbies? Why did you find me and why'd you come to me? Yo, tell me what you like. Just go off.
Get
Because
to
if
know them
you-
as a person.
Yeah, exactly. That connection's going to be more valuable than be like, yo, look how cracked I am. Woo! Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, unless, I'm going to say this now, unless you're in the top 0.1% of any game, your gameplay ain't the reason they're there.
Yep.
It's just how it is. It's not like Twitch isn't the same as what it was before, prior to the pandemic, during the pandemic. You can't just go live and people show up.
It's
You
more than
gotta
push
give
go
them a
live.
reason.
Yep.
Give them that reason. Everyone, people say not everybody has it. To a point, like, if you're not willing to put the effort in, then yeah, that's true. But if you're willing to put the work in and the effort in, everyone does have it. It's just a matter of finding that within yourself to give that level of energy and give that moment to those people every single time you meet somebody new.
Exactly.
Definitely. That is such good advice. I'm so excited to post this. So we're gonna help out so many content creators that are really,
I hope so.
really struggling, and that's what our goal is. In the end of the day, it's not only to provide some more exposure for the people that we have on as guests, but it's to help them with the advice that they get within the podcast that we really go after. So you guys have been amazing. We are inching towards the end, though. Cake, did you have any other questions for our guests?
No, honestly, this has been very informative, very inspirational. I'm definitely going to take at least a good couple of those tips and put them up to my use and put them on my channel.
Absolutely.
I know I am
Yeah.
too.
And like I said, like, even to you guys, if you guys ever have questions, if anybody in your community has questions, if anyone whatever it may be, like I said, we're in the Discord. We're not going anywhere. Whether you message our individual accounts or the TradeCat account itself, we'll answer. The TradeCat one's not checked as much because it's on the third computer, but we will be checking it if anyone messages. But if anyone ever needs help, let us know, because if there's anything that we can help you guys with, we will do it. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask questions, please. If you're starting out, please just ask the question. There's no stupid question. Just don't try to siphon from somebody and then never, I'm not saying repay, but show them at least gratitude. Say thank you, that kind of stuff. But as long as you're a genuine human being, just ask a question, because at the end of the day, that question is also creating conversation, which then is making a connection. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the
So
only
use
stupid
that
question is
as
the
much
one
as
that
you
goes
can.
unasked.
Exactly.
People don't understand that. Yeah, people don't understand that. Like, reach out for help, and because you might think that it's good and nothing needs to be changed, but then you guys might come to my channel and be like, oh, actually, you should probably change this out, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And right, like I know, I don't, I'm not sure how long you've been streaming, Mrs. Fick. How long have you been streaming, if you don't mind me asking?
I
That's a
am
little
at
personal.
10 months.
10 months. Okay. So you're coming up on your 1 year.
Mm.
I know from, I guess, Cake, mine, and Trey's point of view, we were streaming since the pandemic, and the streaming world has definitely changed a lot since we've all started. And it's definitely one of those things where the recurring thing will always pop up where newer streamers don't fully understand the etiquette, and it's not their fault per se, it's just more no one has really told them the etiquette more than anything. So it's up to us, like in this podcast, whatever,
To guide them in the right direction.
exactly.
Definitely.
So all this information is out there. We just have to keep reminding them, like, hey, seriously, if you need help with something, just ask, because like we've all gone through it. We've all had our tech issues. We've all had Discord blow up on us or whatever, this, that, and the next thing. You know
Fucking
what I mean?
OBS.
Be a leader.
Yeah, be a leader. Exactly. So,
Yeah, don't be one of those streamers that don't really care about their communities and never have their DMs open or other shit like that. Like,
don't get me started on that.
oh god, like, because I know firsthand, my DMs are always open, just like you guys. I've even had people message me after the stream and be like, "Hey, I appreciate the tips. Is there any other things you can give me or whatever else like that?" Because during our networking streams that I have on Friday, I actually go on every single one's page that wants help, and I kind of give them a little bit of tips.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a really great way to help those who, you know, are starting out and they're like, well, I don't really understand panels, because I know that was me when I first
Yeah, panels or schedulers are huge. Are huge, because when people go to your channel and you're not on, they
wanna
don't
know
know
when
when to
you're
really
on.
check it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so a second
you
just
go live.
yeah, absolutely. Like, you don't need to say on what games you play during that day, or just have like when you stream and what time you stream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have to look overly fancy. Like,
Nope.
as long as you have something there to just catch their eye, to be like, oh yeah, okay, this is when they're streaming, dope.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Ray, it feels like you're kind of undressing me with your eyes right now, then, man.
What the hell?
Eyebrows, yeah.
Hey, yo,
I
baby.
don't know, maybe.
I
Long day. Maybe it's just I'm tired. I can't tell you, buddy. I mean, we could talk in a VC later, after hours, but that's a whole other. That's a whole.
Wait,
other
why you go to a VC when we got Twitch kind of right around the corner? If you know what
exactly.
I mean. Hell.
Exactly. I don't know. Can you wait that long?
Uh,
A long time still, homie.
All right,
we
guys.
got it
Well,
like 4 months.
that is it. We are
Oh no, we
out
got
of
longer than
time.
that.
It was awesome, talking to you guys and getting the advice.
You as well.
You guys look for
Thank
this
you
on
again.
Spotify and all major podcast things. And all right, we will
Definitely
see you
give
guys
us a
later.
rating on that.
Seriously,
Stay positive, everybody.
thank you
All
for
right.
having us. It has been a blast. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.